weekend. It was looking great. He got to go to a fancy party in New York City, and then it started to go a bit downhill after attending Robert Kraft's wedding on Friday night. The Buccaneers offense struggled in a 20-18 loss to the Steelers. Brady was not shy about letting his workmates know their efforts weren't quite up to TB12 standards. He said, not a good day if there's more F-bombs and touchdowns. And then he tweeted this. Football is hard. We're not playing like we are capable. We are in it together. We're all in this. No, we'll turn it around. Hashtag go Bucs. Brady, though, not the only future Hall of Fame quarterback at the helm of a struggling squad. Aaron Rodgers and the Packers finding themselves in similar dire straits. Both teams in or near the bottom half of these offensive statistics. Really not what you're expecting when you think those two logos and the quarterbacks that go hand in hand. Question becomes, it's Buccaneers, it's Packers. Who do you have more faith in turning the ship around? Pita.
November 29th, 2020, the Buccaneers were down big and came back, and they cut it close and then ended up losing to the Chiefs 27-24. That day, they were 7-5. They went on their bye week, beat Minnesota, beat Atlanta, beat Detroit, beat Atlanta again, beat Washington in the playoffs, beat New Orleans in the playoffs, beat Green Bay in the playoffs, and then beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. They didn't lose another game. The Buccaneers have been down this road before, and the bulk of that team is back again, and they're here, and they're in similar crosshairs right now. They've got Carolina this weekend. They'll beat Carolina. They will. And then they've got to look at that schedule and say, the NFC right now is absolutely wide open. Not only are the Packers struggling, the Rams are struggling. You could look at all the other teams that are hot. The Eagles, well, we beat them in the playoffs last year. The Cowboys, we've owned them the last couple of years. Even within the division, the Saints aren't what they used to be. Atlanta's an upstart, but we just beat them. Like, if you're the Buccaneers, you're looking at each other saying, this last week stunk. We should have beat the Steelers. We're better than the Steelers. But sometimes those other teams have our numbers. I look around the locker room. There's more talent in Tampa Bay than there is in Green Bay right now. And I'm sorry to all those Green Bay players who might be watching, but when you've got Mike Evans still on this roster, and you've got Devin White, and you've got Leonard Fournette, and you've got... I can go through the names, guys. Vita Vea is still really good, okay? We know that this team has got the talent at the key positions and that they have all been there before. Yeah, the same pieces aren't all there. We know Ali Marpet and Gronk aren't walking through the door to save the day. And, of course, there are some different guys who have moved on to greener pastures, if you will. But if I'm a Buccaneers player, we got Carolina this weekend. We win this game. The NFC is still wide open. Oh, are scared of the Philadelphia Eagles? Beat them twice last year. Let's go. I still think the Buccaneers have a chance to turn this thing around. Brady's issues are not. This season's long from done, and those guys are a unit that have been through this before. They were 7-5 a couple years ago, won a Super Bowl. They'll be okay.
Yeah, I'm with you, Shregs, on this one. Look, we're talking about righting the ship. They've been there before, done that before. How about, look, if you're on a boat right now and you're searching for, you know, the buried treasure right now, why wouldn't you take Captain Jack Sparrow? Why wouldn't you take Tom Brady right now? All right, he's found the booty before. He knows exactly where it is. The Packers, Aaron Rodgers, for some reason, every time he goes out looking for the Pirates' booty, he ends up shipwrecked on a deserted island, all right, after a 13-3 season. So, yeah, I'll take the Bucs all day long. I think this defense, to your point, phenomenal. I mean, 17 sacks already, third most in the league. They're getting after people. Offensively, I looked at that photo from that tweet, and it's funny how Tom Brady's saying we can play a lot better, and then it wasn't just a photo of him. It was a photo of two offensive linemen. It was his left guard, Luke Geideke, and his center, Robert Hainsley. And of all the pictures for him to pick, I'm just, you know, I look at it and I say, oh, yeah, that's great that he showed his old linemen some love, but I think he was also trying to light a fire under them. Like, hey, we've all got to play a little bit better, and they certainly will do that offensively. I put my trust in the team. There's the photo right there.
You think he did this on purpose? Framed him up.
Hey, we're in it together, boys. We'll turn it around. I put you in the photo for a reason.
Football is hard.
Well, look, there's a couple things here. There's just the blind faith in Brady, which we've all developed over the years, and then there's Peter's take about we've done it, and we did it, and this group has it, and, like, it makes perfect sense. It's also just kind of convenient.
I know.
Isn't this different? Isn't there something different going on here? It's 2 years ago. Is Brady okay? What I mean by that is it's just 2 years older, 45 years old. We throw it around all the time. That's an old dude. And I don't know, emotionally, seems to be maybe really up and down. Physically, I don't know. I don't think he looks good physically. I know he has a different health program than most of us, and his body is tempo and all that. And then, you know, he goes on this podcast or he speaks to the media and he tries to diffuse and he tries to stay positive, which I respect. But is that the real genuine article? If he were to come out and say, you know, I'm having some issues in my family life right now that I'm really fighting through, and it's been tough. And I'm trying to bond together with my football family, and it's been tough. And I committed to this season, but I have other responsibilities, and frankly, I'm getting a little older, and I have other interests, and maybe the desire isn't there to be there all week. Like, I would totally get it. Like, man, I'm with you. You know, when he started the season, and he goes, "Look, man, I got a lot of bleep going on." I was like, "Wow, Tom,
refreshing?
I feel you. I feel you." Not only was that refreshing, every single person was like, "That's our guy."
We're in that fraternity.
So. And that's all fine. You're human. You bleed. Can that person be like, let's pull ourselves up by our bootstraps and like, man, we're going to win the division and we're going to win the playoff games? I just don't know if he has it in him. And I don't blame him if he doesn't have it in him. But everything Peter says makes perfect sense. 2 years ago, they were down and they rallied together and everything. And that's all great.
Great on paper. I get it.
It just feels different.
I get it.
It feels different. And a lot of times it feels different with Brady. And all of a sudden they're on a podium with a Super Bowl champ. I just don't know. I feel like something is amiss, either emotionally or physically or motivationally. And I don't blame any of it. It's all very human, but it concerns me as it pertains to the Bucs of this year. That's it.
You know, when this question was posed of us last night, and I felt you feel compelled to pick an answer, and frankly, I kind of just want to go neither or both, or the air is out of the tires when you just physically look at these two quarterbacks. And we keep looking at these guys because they are the leader of the pack. When Aaron Rodgers gets up at the podium this week, he just looks dejected and frustrated, and he is speaking that a little bit into an existence, but also in very strange phrases with don't let any leaks come out of the locker room, and we have to simplify things, but then his head coach doesn't know what he's talking about. And then Brady comes out, and he, what I'm hearing from you, Kyle, is like, you need both of these guys to be relatable to the people that love them, but also the players that are playing with and for them. And I don't think that there's much relatable going on between Aaron Rodgers, the veteran, and the young wide receivers that he has, and Tom Brady with going to a wedding on a Friday night in New York City, and the rest of his team is wherever they are, and he's flying in to join them. Like, there is a disconnect here happening with both of these teams. And the only right way to get beyond something like this is to just win a game. It doesn't ugly, however you get there, win a game. People start talking about you differently, asking you different questions. The tone in the room is different, but that's it. And that's how good these guys are too, though, is that you win one game and all of a sudden the script is flipped, but they don't look like themselves.
Hey, could it be a better week for both of them? The Green Bay plays Washington without their starting quarterback, and the Buccaneers play Carolina without their starting quarterback, or whatever is at under center for them without their head coach, Matt Rule. I'm with you. And because the NFC is so wide open, and Eagles fans, we hear you, you're doing great. It's all good. It's just you haven't been there like this recently, like these guys have. I think there's still this glimmer of hope from both teams. Like, if we just keep the ship on, the ocean, we'll get to land. We'll be all right. But November is approaching soon.
Well, and just in the division, I think NFC North looks a lot more challenging for the Packers to overcome than the division that the Buccaneers are in. So if that's just simply how you want to put it, then I guess you could go with the Buccaneers turning things around. But we will see.